Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video. And for this one it is Cool Croc Twins for Commodore 64, which was released by Arcade Masters in 1992. Now take a look at this title page and ask yourself, I wonder what he's going to think of this one. So, the cutesy platformer, well, I say platformer, but anyway, cutesy nauseating bullshit returns yet again. It's about as welcome as, you know, having a shit in the local swimming pool. Now, normally by now I would just skip cutesy platformers. It's well known I fucking detest the entire disease or genre, as some people will insist on calling it. So there would be no point in me actually reviewing this thing, because I'm going to fucking hate it anyway. So why have I chosen to do this one? Well, it's pretty simple. I just cannot believe the actual gameplay in this at all. It just, well, I mean, okay, it has crocodiles, admittedly Americanized fucking cutesy nauseating bollocks. What fucking crocodiles wears a fucking baseball cap and then wears it the wrong fucking way round? So yeah, so it has crocodiles and it has a jungle setting, and you know, and the other sort of other of those show up, and yes, they are related to the jungle setting. So you would think that the gameplay would at least have the remotest resemblance of a connection with the setting. Let's get a game underway. Well, you'd think it would. So here we go, level 1, world 1. So I am this crocodile which is hanging around the edge of the platform here, and I don't know what that thing that floats, you know, it's just flown by there, what it does, if it's, you know, well, whatever it's doing, you know, it doesn't seem to be doing a hell of a lot. So these other two things walking around seem to be monkeys. Now if you jump on them while they are jumping and don't totally mistime it like I did just then, there we go, yeah, you get a bonus. So you can jump around from the edge of the screen to the platform. When you reach the corner of the screen there, you turn around and you know, jump about and move around all around the edge of the screen. If you've not seen this game before, you may already be thinking, what does this have to do with, you know, crocodiles and monkeys and the jungle? Well, if you haven't figured it out yet, let's actually have a, you know, actually do some of the gameplay, and I can show you what the connection is. So the idea of the game then is you have to, you see these like squares that are littered about, the one above me. What you have to do is jump on it and 3 times so that you light all 3 lights. I'm not joking, that is what you have to do to get through all the levels. Well, what the fuck does that have to do with monkeys and fucking jungle and crocodiles? You got to jump on these squares 3 times and light 3 lights on it. Hey, who the fuck came up with such a shit concept for a game? But you know, I'm not joking. This is really, you know, what you have to do. I mean, it's not often that words fail me, but when I saw this for the first time, I just could not believe what I was seeing. Were these game developers fucking serious? I can't hit them from underneath because, yeah, that question mark thing just sends you off in a random direction. That's what you do to get... Oh, fucking... You are joking! So on this one, I think these boulder things... Okay, these will keep you there for a bit longer. Cool. Then I'll miss. So, yeah, when you land, if you land on top of a monkey, you get, you know, 1,000 points. That one got maxed out straight away. That's handy. What fucking talking about handy? Well, actually, yeah, it is handy because it means that, you know, the game gets to the point where it will end sooner. So it's, well, disguised as an arcade game, but it's clearly a puzzle game. It's an arcade game in the same sense that fucking Bomb Jack 2 was. But you know, am I missing a point here? These boulder things will eventually break, and then you can jump through them and light the lights that are just standing there, you know, on the screen for seemingly no fucking reason at all. Now, I suppose, yeah, I mentioned Bomb Jack 2. I suppose, you know, it's along the sort of same vein as the original Bomb Jack, where you know you've got all of these like various locations, and then but they don't actually have any sort of relation with what you're actually doing in the game. And now we have that here as well. But I mean, Bomb Jack was hardly the sort of game, you know, that's going to inspire me to want to play, you know, more and more of whatever. Cool. So maybe maybe they took that inspiration from Bomb Jack. Then they thought, right, let's design, you know, sort of a location, a locale, and then what we'll do is we'll design a game around it that has absolutely no fucking resemblance or anything at all to do with this, you know, game world that we've thrown together. What a fucking masterstroke. And the final insult was the price. The cassette version of this game wasn't $9.99, which would have been bad enough. No, the cassette version of this was 12 quid. Anybody who paid 12 quid for this fucking shite must have been lobotomised. That's the only explanation for someone being that fucking moronically stupid. Someone saw this and thought, yeah, that's worth 12 quid of my money. Yeah, why should I pay 10 quid for a full price Commodore 64 game when I can pay 12 quid and get this fucking load of fucking baboons gonads? So, right, graphics. Well, I mean, they're well drawn. They're not very clear. They are a bit fucking messy because it sort of looks like they've put a high-res overlay over them, but they made the high-res overlay brown, so you can't see it very well. And as a result, your blocky croc of shit just looks a fucking mess. You can't see him very well at all. And the monkeys are, if anything, worse. It is really difficult to make out the details on them. In terms of audio, there are barely any sound effects at all. The music is pretty forgettable, if you ask me. It's not quite nauseating cutesy bullshit, but it's not far off it. And then the gameplay. I mean, seriously, who the fuck came up with this concept? The gameplay is absolute shite. And you know, I'm not doing, you know, the old trick of exaggerating for comic effect or whatever. It is absolute shite. Someone out there actually thought this was a good idea for a game. Jumping on fucking completely random squares, and I mean, alright, I'm not a big fan of puzzle games. They have to be really good for me to, you know, be interested in playing them. This is not. I mean, this is it's just absolute fucking dog shit. So, I think dog shit is more entertaining. Why have this fucking... He's just jumping around and see, these question marks all send you around random directions, so I mean it's possible that you could end up being sent to hit the light that you need to fucking hit. Or it's possible that it can piss you off and send you in completely the wrong direction. Oh, completed that fucking level. I haven't got a clue what those things are, you know, the enemies that I'm meant to avoid on that level. I haven't got a fucking clue what they're meant to be. Just trying to see. It's just a fucking mess. It looks like, oh no, it looks like Gandalf or something. So anyway, I mean, I've had absolutely enough of this fucking thing. So, what do I rate it? Well, this is going to surprise you, but yeah, I don't rate it very highly. I think it's a fucking load of shit. Graphically, as I say, the backgrounds are semi well drawn, but they bear no resemblance to, well, to anything remotely connected to with the game that you're playing. But the actual sprites are a fucking blocky mess. You know, a lot of the time I can't even fucking see what they're meant to be. The other thing that is becoming very apparent to me is that the game is stupidly easy. I mean, I'm putting no effort into this at all, and I'm completing level after level after level of this fucking shite. So how do I rate it? I rate it 0. I can't believe this got a fucking... Well, actually, I can believe it was released, because this was 1992, and of course cutesy platform bollocks was the in thing at the time. It was totally ruining the Amiga era. So I guess it was inevitable that it was also going to come along and you know, fucking shit all over the Commodore 64 as well. So yeah, there are platforms around. I can't see them because the fucking... they're exactly the same colour as the background here. Fucking what? Yeah, I've had quite enough of that. So there you go, Cool Croc of shit. 0 out of 10, absolute fucking bollocks. That brings this review mercifully to an end, and we'll see you at the next one.